15 years G-Sport's been out there celebrating women in sport. Well done. Wow. What do you say to an organization that's done so amazingly well in supporting women in sport? There is no words to describe that feeling, and the fact that G-Sport actually opens up the nominations to the public is a great opportunity, because it actually helps us to unearth women who are generally hidden in their sporting franchises, sporting fraternities, universities, schools, and it's women that we don't actually see on an everyday basis. And I think that the G-Sport Awards gives the public the opportunity to nominate these amazing women, and it gives us a platform itself to recognize them, honor them, and show our appreciation for the work that they do in sport. And I think that the public nominations is a great, absolutely fantastic initiative. Well, G-Sport has always broken boundaries, and they've always set the standard for showcasing women in sport. And I think that the public nominations is a really fantastic idea in us recognizing women in sport. 2 new categories in the G-Sport Awards. What can I say? Wow, G-Sport grows every day. I think it was always the aim of Cass Naidu to grow the brand of G-Sport globally, and she's done a magnificent job of that, especially when she's gone to India last year with the Momentum Proteas women's team. She's made her mark on the global stage as a formidable woman in sport, and also made the mark for G-Sport at that particular tour, the ladies to India. And by introducing the Africa Women in Sport Award and the Global Women in Sport Award, it actually allows G-Sport to become a household brand globally, as well as on the continent of Africa. It also gives us the opportunity to celebrate other women, not just in South Africa, but internationally as well, and just say, you know what, we recognize you, we honor you, and we appreciate you for your achievements and for growing females in sport. So the 2 new awards, it's a magnificent idea, it's a wonderful idea, and I think that G-Sport can just grow from here onwards. 2019 G-Sport Supporter of the Year finalist. Wow, that was the best moment of my sporting career. Sporting career that spans a 10-year period, and to have received that recognition, to be considered one of the 3 best supporters in the country, it was magnificent. And it had come at a point in my life when I was just so heartbroken and so heartsore, and I took it in my stride, and you know, and then I just, wow, it was just so wow. I still cannot describe that feeling, and you know, it's something that I will treasure forever. I never expected to be nominated. I never even expected to be a finalist, and it's just wow. It still is a wow factor in my life. To have relived that moment when I got from Kat to say, Selina, you've made the final 3, and I'm like, wow. You know, gosh, it was so amazing, and I am so grateful for everybody who has actually nominated me, for everybody who backed me during that time. You know, I don't think I ever said thank you enough. So thank you for your support, for your votes during that period. It was such an amazing journey for me, and it's something I will treasure forever. So, wow, thank you. My life has changed so much since August 2019. I was literally just a scorer in the background, doing her thing, getting her work done, scoring her games and going home. And and everything. And then I became a G-Sport finalist, and it was always in the pipeline that I would one day become a KZN women's cricket manager. And in August, I think it was around August 22nd, that I became the official KZN women's cricket manager. And from then on, you know, my life literally has taken off like a jet plane. I've had no time to myself. It was always sport, work, and home, or not necessarily in that order, because it's sport away, work away, and literally left me with no time for being at home. And my sporting career itself has grown so much because it's given me the platform to write about the CSA Women's League, to write about the amazing teams that we have there. It's also given me a platform to unveil other amazing women in sport across the different franchises. And I think for me personally, that was such a good growing point for me, because it was something that I wouldn't have done, you know, I would have, but I wouldn't have done it at this point in time, you know. I always like, okay, no, I'll do it at a later point, I'll do it at a later stage and whatever. But I suddenly got fast-tracked, and I've enjoyed the experience. I've enjoyed the growth of my career as a sporting personality, if I could call myself a sporting personality. But yeah, I think personally I've grown so very much, and I still learn every day. There is so much to learn, there is so much to do, there is so many amazing women out there that I would love to speak to, would love to talk about. And wow, I've done an interview with Brittany Carter, and that was wow. She's wow. And wow, it's, to have done my first international blog was so special to me, and oof, that was really so nice. And then I think that G-Sport allows you that platform to be yourself, to bring out that sporting part of you, and for that I will always be grateful for what G-Sport has done for me, and it is something, you know, that will always be special to me in every way. Sporting career. What do you want to know? Started off as a scorer, you know, linear scoring with KZN Scorers Association, and I scored for my local cricket union, which is Strong Cricket Union, and I did the scorers exam at KZN Scorers Association in 2010, and I just did practice games with them. Then I started to do provincial games, and I was actually the only female executive at Strong Cricket Union, which was nice. But I used to have fights with them, because I always fight for what I believe in, and then I'll stand my ground and I'll be a fighter. And I know Daniel Kabanda, who is the current vice president of his union, will tell me I'm the biggest fighter he's come across. And you know, it was my starting point. It's a place that I'll always be grateful for, especially Maidstone Cricket, because that was the club that I used to score for, and I'm always appreciative of the opportunity that they've given to me, and it's because of them, and it's because of the belief that they had in me, that I could be someone, you know, in the sporting fraternity, that they allowed me the opportunity to do the Scorers course, and for that I will always be grateful to everyone at Maidstone Cricket Club and at Strong Cricket Union. And I've done the under-19 girls national weeks as KZN scorer. I did it 2012, 13 and 14, and unfortunately December 2014 was my last under-19 week, due to the fact that I had lost my mom in July of 2014, and it was something that I just couldn't handle because I had felt that I had given so much of my time to sport that it had taken me away from my mom, and I just didn't want to be part of my sporting career anymore. But fast track to 2017, and I had come across the gsport awards, and there was a little segment where you were allowed to motivate for yourself to attend gsport awards, and I was like, hey, no, I want to go. I want to go to these awards, because I remembered that in 2010 Cass had actually sent me a message and asked, you know, if I would blog about me being a female in sport, and about my journey as a scorer and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, I'll do it, and the do it never happened, you know. And then I guess at that time, when I look back on it, I wasn't really ready for it, because I was just starting out my sporting career, and I was not ready, you know, to go and write, and I was more interested in scoring and enjoying myself out there, and then only when I started to interact with the under 19 KZN girls team, and I started to spend time with Dinesh, and I was like, hey, you know, we can change how people look at females in sport, and that's when my entire outlook changed. And that's when I was like, hey, you know, maybe we can make a difference, you know, if we all just work together as a team. And so fast track 2017, and I had written my motivation as to why I wanted to attend gsport award, and I actually did get accepted, but I lived in KZN and gsport award was in Johannesburg, and Reich had called me, and he said, you know, we love your motivation for coming, and you know, we want you to be there, but unfortunately, you know, because it's an NPO and stuff like that, you know, they couldn't pay for my flight and accommodation, because obviously it was just for the finalists and stuff like that. So I was so disheartened, I promise you. I was so disheartened. I put the phone down and I thought about this, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna go. So I called him back. I'm like, right, I want to come. Pay my own flight, pay my own accommodation. I want to come. I could hear him talking to Cass in the background, and then they said, you know, they had a little chat and said they'd get back to me. I think it was about 2 days later that he had gotten back to me. He says, okay, fine, I've spoken to Cass and stuff like that, you're cleared to come. And I promise you, going to 2017 gsport awards was literally the turning point for me. And when I went there and I saw all these amazing women, and I met Cass for the first time, and there was something that she said to me at that point, and it stayed with me, and she had said, enjoy the night, rub shoulders with all these people, enjoy the experience, and one day you'll be standing up on that stage as a winner. And 2 years down the line, I was a finalist. I wasn't a winner, but I was a finalist. And it's something that stayed with me. It's something that motivated me to use my voice for other women in sport, you know, to grow the following of women in sport, because for so long, women have just been in the background of everything when it comes to sponsorships, when it comes to media coverage, when it comes to interviews. We like always fall down the wayside, you know, and it's only in recent times that you see that women in sport are being recognized, and G-Sport itself is at the forefront of that fight to recognizing women in sport, to giving women in sport the platform to be recognized, to be appreciated, and to tell amazing stories of women in sport, and to see how far I've come in 10 years from being a scorer to being a G Sport finalist and then to be KZN Women's Cricket Manager is just an amazing experience, and it's just been a wow 10 years. You know, it's a place I've never seen myself coming into so soon, but it's a journey I've enjoyed. It's a journey that I've learned at every level. I've taken the knocks, I've taken the tears, I've taken the laughter, and I've used it to be where I am today, and I appreciate that journey, and it is a special journey to me, and I appreciate everybody that's walked the journey with me, who's cried that cry with me, and who's laughed that laugh with me, and more especially to Cass. Thank you for being there for me, because I think that without you I wouldn't have been able to get to this point, and thank you for that. I think it should actually be, what is it about female cricket that ignites the fire within me? Oh gosh, you know, cricket is special to me. You know, it's been a sport that's been part of my life for as long as I can remember. My dad used to take me to the games at Kingsmead Stadium, and I must have been at about 7 or 8 years old at that point in time. And it was about being at the stadium. It was being around these people and watching a live sport, and you know, and it was so special to me. But for females cricket itself, it was when I actually interacted with Dinesha Devnarine and Trisha Chetty at a KFC Mini Cricket Festival that my cricket union had hosted. And it was me watching these two amazing national players interact with these kids, impart their knowledge to these kids, that fired up this part of me that wanted to make a difference in a child's life, you know, that wanted me to make a difference in getting girls active in sport, and that was another turning point for me. Gosh, I seem to have had lots of turning points, hey? But this was really special, because these two people have actually, you know, really made my journey in cricket so very special, because since that day I've kept in contact with them. I've tracked their journeys in sport. I've interacted with them on so many levels, and now Trisha's back with the KZN team, and you know, it's special to see women play cricket and do so well at it. I mean, wow. So that World Cup game, where have you ever seen that? I mean, I'm actually glad in my lifetime I get to see that, and you know, it just shows that women can play sport just as well as their male counterparts, and we should never take that for granted. You know, it's you should never say that females cannot do it. Gosh, they can bowl as good as Dale Steyn. They can bat as good as A.B. de Villiers. They can field as well as John T. Rhodes. I mean, Minx is a gun fielder. Kapi is a spectacular bowler. So is Shabs. Sine, wow, she's such a fantastic batswoman. Wolfie, that little dynamite from the Western Province. Wow, I've actually seen her from under 19 weeks. And it's been such an amazing journey to see Wolfie grow from under 19 to be a national player. So, you know, so it's all these little things that makes cricket such a big part of my life. And it's not just the sport itself, but the women that play sport. Momentum has been such a formidable force in supporting women's sport, more especially the Momentum Proteas women's team, and backing the G Sport Awards. You know, to actually have such a big sponsor, a corporate as such, as Momentum back the women's team is huge. You know, it sort of gives the team a sense of appreciation. It makes them want to do better. You know, it makes them want to work harder. You know, because obviously you wear your sponsor's name on your shirt, and it's a sense of pride. You know, that wow, someone's actually backing me. You know, and I want to make them proud, and I think that Momentum, having done what they've done, it's not just the national women's cricket team, but also they back the Pink Day, and obviously they've come on board as the G-Sport Awards partner, and in all that it says, you know what, Momentum backs women's sport, and that is a huge statement, because it's like telling other corporates, you know what, get behind women's sport. It is huge, and women are making it count. They are owning their space, they are owning their success, and back them, and they will do you proud. You know, so I think Momentum has set the benchmark. They've set the stage for other corporates to step up and come on board and back women's sport. And well done to Momentum. I mean, wow, it's fantastic to have you guys back G-Sport and the National Women's Creed. Well done. We definitely need more media coverage, more sponsors to come on board, promote women's sport, you know. Social media, you know, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Get behind your franchise women's teams, whether it's netball, hockey, soccer, cricket. Make a noise about it. Let people know that there is women's sport out there, you know, school levels. Promote it, you know, put out pamphlets, put it on social media. You know, there's a girls' tournament coming up for hockey or for netball or for cricket. You know, it's things that we don't actually see, and I think that that's where we fall behind, because we don't really know about what is happening, how there is a pipeline from school sport into provincial setups and then international setups. You know, you need to be able to see how a player develops, and I think that there need to be more coverage from grassroots level of female sporting codes, which is the school sports, and then going into varsity sports, and then international sports, because obviously you can't just start at one sport and, you know, go into a national team. You've obviously got to start somewhere. So how do you start there? So shouldn't we have some sort of media coverage at that point in time? Okay, you know what? We've got a provincial schools tournament for hockey. So put it out there. Let people know that there's hockey tournaments happening for girls under 16, girls under 13. Let us know, you know. Definitely more media coverage is needed. Definitely social media coverage is needed. But you can see, you know, that over the years it has grown. People are starting to have a greater following of women's sport, not just in cricket, but netball, hockey, football, and swimming, and even in athletics. And it's good to see that, but more is needed, because you know, guys are still overpowering the women, but the women are gaining on them now, and the fact that we're going to be hosting national World Cup tournaments in a few years' time is big for women's sport in South Africa, and I think that we need to have huge media coverage for that. Women that inspire me. Am I going to get in trouble for this? Because there are so many women that inspire me. But there's two standout women for me that I've looked up to on my 10-year journey in sport, and those two women, Cass Naidu and Dinesha Devnaran. You know, Cass has been such a big part of my journey in sport. You know, she's been a mentor, she's been a friend. She's been there for me through the tough times and through the good times. You know, she's inspired me to be a better person. She's inspired me to follow my dreams in sport. And you know, when I've had down days, you know, she's been there to encourage me to, you know, to lift me up again and to make me believe in myself that I can actually achieve what I want in sport and to never give up. And when I look at Cass, I see this formidable, absolutely powerhouse of a woman. She's a mom, she's a wife, she's a daughter, she's a friend. She's a sports personality, not just nationally, but globally, you know? And she is just, wow. And when I look at her, I'm like, you know, if I can be half of that at some point in my life, it would be such an honor for me, because, you know, to follow in her footsteps and to be a woman in sport is just so inspiring. And Cass has been that person for me, you know, where I want to make a difference for women in sport, where I want to encourage other women that you can achieve your goals. And the same goes for Dee. You know, Dee is such an amazing coach. You know, at KZN in cricket, and obviously now she's going into the national setup for the national SA under-19 team. And Dee's been my friend, she's been my mentor, she's been my coach, she's been someone I fight with in the change room. And you know, I mean, obviously you're not always going to see eye to eye. You know, manager, coach always never really sees eye to eye at some point, but we've had the same fight. We fight the same fight, and that is for growing women's cricket, for growing women's sport. And you know, Dee, when I look back on her journey and where she started and where she's come, and to see where she's going, and you know, it's inspiring, and you want to be like that. You know, you want to leave a legacy like that at some point. So for the two people that inspire me, it's Cass Naidu and Dinesha Devnaran. No doubt about that. Believe in yourself. Back yourself out there. Never doubt yourself. Remember, it's okay to fall, just as long as you pick yourself up again. It's okay to make mistakes. We're human. But it's not okay to stay there on the ground. Pick yourself up. Dust yourself off. Try again. And you keep trying until you make it. Believe that you can achieve it. Remember, the champion is never made from always winning. The champion is made by never giving up. So don't give up. Chase your dreams. Make your dreams come true. It's just a dream until it becomes a reality. So let your dream become a reality and back yourself.